Hello, we left last video at question number 11. So now starting with question number 12. A block is floating at oil water surface as shown. The density of oil is two-thirds of that of water. Given that the density of block is 800 kilogram per meter cube, that of water is 1000 kilogram per meter cube. The fraction of total height of the block in oil is this is the diagram given. Okay, now the globe is submerged in water and oil. Okay, so there is some volume of globe in water and some in oil. Okay, so the total volume of globe is volume of water displaced and volume of oil displaced. Okay, so volume of water oil displaced is equal to volume of water displaced. Okay, let h1 be the height of the globe that is in oil and h2 be the height in that is in water. So H1 is equal to plus H2 is equal to H. Okay. Now the volume of total volume of the block is your AS into H. AS is the cross section area. Okay. And uh, volume that volume uh, that volume will create a buoyant force, okay, which will be which will equal to the weight of block, and so weight of block is equal to buoyant force, and the buoyant force is equal to weight of water space plus weight of oil space, and weight of water space will be equal to the weight of volume of block in oil, and weight of water space will be equal to that volume of block in water. Okay, so this is the so if as area of cross section is constant throughout the height, so we can take only this rho b into h, that is the weight of block. Okay, and weight of block per unit area per unit gravitational acceleration. Okay, so similarly this weight of oil this way is per unit area per unit g. Okay, rho oil h1, and here the weight of water is rho water h2. Okay, so putting the value rho b 1000 and rho l rho b 800, rho l 2 by 3000. Okay, and rho water is 1000. Okay, so putting this value we can get another relationship between h1 and h2 and h. Okay, now putting h1 h is equal to h1 plus h2, so we can have 800 h1 plus h2 plus 2 by 3. Okay, this so 800 h1 plus 800 h2. This is h1. This is h2. Okay, so this is your so the ratio of H2 and H2, H1 and H1 is 1.5. Okay, so the total fraction of block in water is H1 by H, which is 0.6. Answer is your 0.6. Okay, next. Answer is your 0.6. Okay, next. A horizontal pipe is feeding water into a reservoir from the top with a time dependent volumetric flow Q meter cube per hour is equal to 1.0.1 into T, where T is time in hours. The area of the base of the reservoir is 0.5 meters square. Assuming that initially the reservoir was empty and the height of the reservoir or height of the water level is 60 minutes is dash meter. So here the Q is given as 1.1 T. Okay, and Q is nothing but dv by dt. Okay, rate of change of volume of system. Okay, so putting this dv by dt, so this is your 1.1 dt. Okay, so now integrating and we have to fill the reservoir of base area 0.5 meters square uh, and check the water level after 60 minutes or 1 hour. So the volume of water entered in the reservoir in 1 hour you can get by integrating it. Okay, so one and putting limit 1 to 0, so 1 plus 0.1 t dt. Okay, and the integration is t. 0.1 b square by 2, 1 0. Okay. So again putting it 1 plus 0.1 b by 2, changing putting limits, it is 1.05. Okay. So as area is given as 0.5, so we can calculate height. So height is equal to 2.1 into h. H is equal to 2.1. Okay. Next, the velocity field of a 2D steady flow is provided as v is equal to cx square minus y square I minus 2cxyj. The equation of the streamline of this flow is a x square y minus y cube by 3 constant equal to constant, b x y square minus y cube by 3 is equal to constant, c x y minus y by 3 is equal to constant, d x square y minus y cube by 3 constant. Okay. So the velocity field is given by this. V is equal to c x square minus y square I minus 2 c x y g. And we have to find the equation of streamline. So the stream function in terms of velocity is given as u is equal to minus w psi by w y. Okay. So and your u is cx square minus y square. Okay, so it is cx square minus y square. Okay. So here integrating it into c1 plus c x square y minus y cube by 3 into the side is equation number 1. Now differentiating with respect to x, differentiating with respect to x, this equation. So as assuming that c1 is function of x, so it is c1 by dx, and here it will be 2xy, and there is no x, so 0. Curly c by dx is this quantity. Now curly c by dx is nothing but your v, okay, or minus v. Okay, so it is 2cxy. Okay, putting it 2cxy. So from this 2cxy, 2cxy cancel. So curly c1 by curly x is 0, c1 is 0. So the equation becomes phi is equal to cx square y minus y square by 3. So and along the streamline, phi is constant. So the streamline, so the streamline is usually x square y minus y square by 3 is the constant. So option B is the right answer. Next, the velocity, potential, and speed function of it in a polar coordinate r theta for potential flow over a cylinder with radius r is given as phi is equal to u infinity bracket r plus r square by r cos theta and psi is equal to u infinity bracket r minus r square by r sin theta respectively. If here u theta denotes uniform free stream velocity and theta is measured counterclockwise shown in the figure. How does the velocity magnitude q over the surface of cylinder vary? Option A, q is equal to 2u infinity cos theta, B, 2u infinity sin theta, C, u infinity cos theta, D, 2u infinity sin theta. So this question has been asked, this formula has been used in previous paper so many times. So you should remember this, that the velocity variation along the cylinder is just 2u sin infinity sin theta. So now we are driving it. Okay. Now the velocity potential is given as u infinity r plus r square by r force. Okay. So u theta u theta is your curly bracket curly theta r. Okay. So it is by differentiating it with to theta we get u theta by r. Okay. And sorry, here, this is r here. Okay. And this quantity is fixed and we have to differentiate the theta. So this is sin theta. Okay. So add r is equal to r. We put r is equal to r. We get 1 plus 1, 2 sin theta or 2. Okay. So this is your 2 sin theta. It should be minus here. Okay. It will come out as 2 sin theta. 2 sin theta. Okay. One should be plus, another should be minus. UR is your curly bracket of the r. Okay. And this will be 0 is differentiation you will be 1 minus r square minus r square cos theta. Okay, differentiating it. Okay. So here r is equal to r, putting r is equal to r, we when u r is equal to 0. Okay, so along the surface, the along the surface we have u r equal to 0 and u is equal to, here it should be plus. Okay, here it should be plus because this formula is minus. No. This formula is minus. Okay. So as there is no option in minus, so this answer is also here answer should be plus. So option B is the right answer. Next, question number 16. Consider a laminar flow over a flat plate of length L 1 meter. The boundary layer thickness at the end of the plate is del W for water and del A for air. For the same free stream velocity, if the kinematic viscosity of water and air are 1 meter square per minus 6 meter square per second and 1.6 10 to the minus 5 meters square per second. The numerical value of ratio del W by del A is, so in a boundary layer we know that uh, the boundary of thickness is directly proportional to x by Rex. Where the Reynolds number, the Rex is the Reynolds number against x. Okay. So when we compare the boundary of thickness of water with air with the same x, so we have uh, del W by del A is equal to x by Rew into REA by x. Okay. So x cancel out. So REA divided by REW. Okay. So REA is nothing but Vx by kinematic viscosity and REW is Vx by kinematic viscosity. So x cancel out. Okay, and V cancel out. So VW by VA is your root the kinematic viscosity mu W by mu A is your uh, ratio of boundary thickness del W by del A. Okay, so VW is your um, VW is your 1 into 10 to minus 6 and VA value. And this is your kinematic viscosity VW is your for water is your 1%. With this, the photovoltaic value is given on the 4.25 is the next question number 17. The prototype of a dam spillway, a structure used for controlled release of water from the dam, has characteristic length of 20 meters and velocity of 2 meters per second. A small model is constructed by keeping round numbers same for dynamic similarity between prototype and model. What is the minimum length scale ratio between the prototype and model such that minimum Reynolds number of the model is 100? Okay. The density of water is 1000 kilogram meter per square meter per cube and viscosity is 10 to the minus 3 Pascal second. Option A 1.8 10 to the minus 4, B 1 into 10 to the minus 4, and C 1.8 10 to the minus 3, and C is what 1.8 1. 0.08. Okay, this is what I'm doing. 10 by minus 4. Okay. So here the Froude model is according to Froude number we have v by root LP and v by root Ln. Okay. Then now for model the characteristic length is 20 meter and velocity is just 2 meter per second. Okay. So we can put this and get the v by root L um, for prototype also. Okay. And model also. Okay. Sorry, for prototype it is 20 meter and this is the 2 meter. Okay. Now the given that the Renault number for the model is 100. Okay. So V rho VL by mu the model is 100. Okay. So 100 by 10 to the power 3. 100 is 1000 is rho and this mu is 10 to the minus 3. This is 100. So we get VL model. Okay. So now we have V root L model and we have VL model. Okay. Now from this we can get the ratio of these two. Okay. So V by root L divided by VL, V by root L, V by root L divided by VL. So it is V we cancel out. So it will be L 1.5 M. So this is 2.236. Okay. So Lm is your um, 0.002684. Okay. Now LP we have 20. So the ratio is your 1.84 to 10 to the power minus 4. So answer is your net. An orifice meter having orifice diameter of D is equal to 20 by root 5 mm is placed in water pipeline having flow rate Q actual is equal to 3 into 10 to minus 4 meter cube per second. The ratio of orifice diameter to pipe diameter is 0.6. The contraction coefficient is also 0.6. The density of water is 1000 kilogram per meter cube. The pressure drop across the orifice plate is 43.5 kPa. The discharge coefficient of the orifice meter at this flow Reynolds number is. So as the coefficient of contraction is given as 0.6. Contraction coefficient is given as 0.6. So this is ratio of area of the pipe. Okay, and here the ratio of this area of this jet is your 0.6. Means this. Okay, so now the actual discharge is your actual discharge is 10 from minus 3 minus 4. Okay, so and this area ratio is your 0.6. Okay, so A2 by A1, A2 is this area. Okay, and A1 is this area. Okay, so A2 by A1 ratio is your 0.6 and orifice diameter is your 20 by root pi. So we can find out A2. Okay, so after finding out A2, we can find out the velocity at the actual discharge is given. We can find out velocity at this 2. Okay, so the velocity at 2 is your 5 meter per second. Okay, okay, velocity at this section 2 is your 5 meter per second. Okay. Now we can apply the Bernoulli's equation here 1 and at 2 2. Okay, the velocity is your 5 meter per second. Okay, this is 5 and pressure loss is between 1 and 2 is the pressure drop across the plate is 43.5. Okay, so this is 43.5 pressure loss. Okay, here and here pressure loss is 43.5. So here we can add pressure because there is loss in pressure, so we will add pressure head to the velocity head at section 2 and then equate it equal to velocity head at section 1. Okay. From this we can find out velocity. So we know V2 that is 5. We know this del P that is 43.5. Okay. So V1 we can can find that V1 is equal to 10.58 meter per second. Okay, so this is your 10.558 meter per second. Now the coefficient of velocity is nothing but v by v1. So v is your uh, sorry, here initially v is your 5 meter per second, and sorry, at section 2 v is your 5 meter per second, and here v is your 10.56. Okay, that we have found out. So the coefficient velocity is your CV v by v1, that is 5 by 10.5, that is 0.4724. Okay, and the coefficient of discharge is your multiplication of the CV into CC. So CV is your CV is your zero point 0.6 given, and this is your 0.4724. The coefficient of discharge is 0.234. Next, consider the following figure shown below. The objects are marked A1, A2, B1, B2, and C1, C2, and the flow direction over these objects are shown by respective arrow placed to the left of the object. The free stream velocity are same for all the cases. Amongst these objects, A1, A2, B1, and C1 are having smooth surfaces, while B2 and C2 are having rough surfaces. Reynolds number is such that the flow over rough surface becomes turbulent. Flow over rough surface becomes turbulent, and flow over smooth surface can be considered laminar. All the airfoil can be considered as thin, slender airfoil. Among the statement 1 to 1 to 4, 1 to 6 made about the drag of these objects is are correct. Option A, drag of the object A1 is less than the drag of object A2. 2, drag of the object A1 and A2 are same. Drag of the object B1 is more than drag of object B2. Drag of object B2 is more than the drag of object B1. Drag of object C1 is more than the drag of object C2. Drag of object C2 is more than the drag of object C1. These are the options given. Okay. So here the B2 and C2 are rough. Okay. Here the B2 and C2 are rough. So they form uh, turbulent boundary. Okay. So and turbulent boundary, the flow will not separate. Okay. So drag will be less. Okay, for B2 and C2. Okay. And here the shape of A1 is of airfoil, and A2 is of, okay, the shape of A1 is such that the flow will not likely to separate. Okay, and like an airfoil, flow will uh, try to remain attached because of this airfoil shape. Okay, and so here there will be lesser drag. Okay, and the flow will sit, and here in it will the flow will sit like this. So the drag will be more. Okay. So answer is B2 B2 and C2 will have B2 will have less, B1 have more drag, C1 have more drag, and 3 and 5 are correct, 3 and 5 are correct, and 1 is drag of object A1 is not A1 is less than that, 1 is correct. So 1 here, 5, so option E is correct. Next, consider 2D steady incompressible fully developed flow of viscous Newtonian fluid through two separating parallel plates in Cartesian coordinate XYZ system. Assume plates are very long in x direction, wide in z direction. Also, there is no variation of velocity in z direction. and the distance between them is 2h. The velocity such a channel is in such a channel is given as u is equal to u max 1 minus y square by h square. Okay. The origin y is equal to 0 and located at the center between the plate. H is equal to 48 mm, u max is equal to 100 mm per second. The difference between the value of steam function passing through y is equal to 0 and y is equal to h by 2 is okay. Given that u is equal to u max by is this. And okay. The steam function is nothing but it is a discharge per unit depth. Okay. So if we consider a small strip thickness dh, okay, then the steam function is given as u into dh. Okay. Okay, u is velocity in acceleration and dh is surface of strip. Okay. So that is equal to this side. Okay. So your u is given as this quantity. 2x 1 minus u square by h square. Okay. This is u square 1 minus y square by h square. Okay. Now we have to find out the difference between the value of steam function at y is equal to 0 and y is equal to x. So putting the integrating and putting the integration, we can get this picture. Okay. So this will be here it will be y, here it will be y cube by 3 x square. So x cube putting y is equal to x by 2. Okay. So x by 2. Okay. And here h is your 48. So h by 2 is your 24. So it will be 24. So it will be 2. So that will be 2200 cube per second. Okay. Next, a pump is used to deliver water to an overhead tank at a flow rate of Q is equal to 4 into 10 power minus 3 meter cube per second. The pump adds 1.6 kilowatt of water. The pump adds 1.6 kilowatt to water. If the density of water is 1000 kilogram per meter cube, the acceleration will be equal to 10 meters per second square. The pump had added to the flow is so as a pump at 1.6 kilowatt. So power is given power added by pump is roughly GH. So putting it equal to 1.6 kilowatt or 1.6 thousand watt. So this will be H will be the 50 meter. The total load is equal to 20 meter. So answer 40 meter. Next, water is discharged at atmospheric pressure from a large reservoir through a long pipe of diameter d and length L. Height of the free surface of the reservoir from the discharge point is h meter. The distance friction factor of the pipe is 0.002. Neglect the velocity inside the reservoir as the reservoir is large. Given L is equal to 20 meter, D is equal to 40 mm, density of water is equal to 1000 kilogram per meter cube, and the flow rate is Q is equal to 4 into 10 power minus 4 pi into 10 power minus 3 meter cube per second. Assume the gravitational acceleration G is equal to 10 meter per second. The value of H is okay. The water is discharged from the atmosphere. So large reservoir. Okay. The height of the free surface is h meter. Okay. And the perspective vector is this. And direct the velocity L is your this 20 meters and D is your 40 meters. So Q is given as 4 into the of 4 pi into the minus 3 meters. And diameter is 14. So from this we can find out velocity. Okay. So the velocity comes out as velocity is Q by 8. So Q is your 4 into 4 pi into the minus 3 and diameter is your 14 mm. So this is area. The 1000 square in meter scale. So this 10 meter per second. Okay. So this is 5 velocity. Now the head loss is your FLV scale given 80. Okay. So F is your friction factor that is given as 0.02. Okay. and L is your 20 meter, and V is your 10 meter per second. That's it. Okay, and D is your 40 mm, and G is your 10. So 14 is value we can have head load into pressure is 5 meters. Okay, head load into pressure is 5 meters. Okay, head load into pressure is 5 meters. And as there is an exit head loss also, that is given by, I will just watch like that. So exit head loss is V square by 20. Okay, so V is your 10 and this is your 20. So that will be 5 and 5 that is 10 meter. Okay, so answer is your 10 meter. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.